Everybody runs. In to score Ortiz. Frelick right behind him. Churio right behind him. It's a 3 RBI double for Christian Yelich. And the Brewers open it up here in the 7th. 8-0 Milwaukee. Incredible last 2 innings for the Brewers offensively.
Brewers win the game 17-6. Yelich with 8 ribbies. Yes, 8 of them. And there's Milwaukee yet again in position to make the second season like they always seem to do. Around the league from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by ESPN Bet. Take Parker Meadows to swipe 1 or more bags today. You get very nice odds at plus 340. ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN, and the only place to find exclusive offers. Download the ESPN Bet app today.
This summer, save more with hot deals on Meyer brand must-haves for $2 or less all season long.
Like Meyer potato chips?
Yep.
Hamburger buns?
Of course.
Ketchup?
Absolutely.
How about Meyer lemonade? That's my favorite.
Yep, that too. Plus pickles, baked beans, cheese slices for sandwiches. It's your favorite Meyer brand must-haves for $2 or less all season long.
That's a good deal better.
Only at Meyer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meyer app.
Baseball season is in full swing, and you can find all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from checking out stats to placing bets in just a few taps. And as an official sports betting partner of your Detroit Tigers, you'll always find special team promos in the app. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
My name is Kim Harrison. I am an 11-year survivor from a bone marrow transplant. We grew up a sports family, and I have grandchildren that play. My goal was just to do everything I could to heal because I want to be there for them. I recommend people never give up because there's always hope. 11 years later, I got the best seed.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out, kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
To be like strong mental.
mindset, I guess, for you in a game when you realize you need to make this adjustment, you need to switch?
I think in the game you just don't think about it. It's just like you have to go and like fight with the pitches. So,
instinct.
Yeah, just like it turns so quick, and then like you have to think about it, because if you think you lost, that's what happened in baseball. If you think too much, you're gonna be out. So I don't think to throw to things too much when I'm playing. So I just like turn around and trying to do a couple swings in the stand and get ready to be able to hit.
Well, thanks for joining us today. I like that. I'm going to take that with me even in my career. You think too much? Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
If you think too much, you lost.
Thanks so much for joining us today, Winslow. And thanks, Tigers fans, for tuning in today. Make sure to stick with us. In the next couple minutes, we have some more pregame coming up on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Detroit Tigers baseball. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein at the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you're hurt, you shouldn't have to wait for help. That's why when you contact us, we respond fast. You'll have help when you need it most. We're so responsive, we're winning awards. In 2021 and again in 2022, we won the Hennessy Digital Award for fastest responding law firm. Getting help quickly when you need help most, that's the Bernstein advantage. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
The Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Michigan's first family of law.
At Jack Dimmer Lincoln, for a limited time, everyone pays what our employees pay. That's employee pricing for all. Part of Lincoln's From America, For America program. No haggling, no fine print, just real savings on most new Lincolns, including the 2025 Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. But hurry, this offer ends July 7th. Discover the Dimmer difference, only at Jack Dimmer Lincoln.
Swing, there's a drive to left. That one is long.
125 years of baseball tradition continues.
And it's gone, a home run.
Brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Jack Dimmer Ford, Corwell Health, Jack Dimmer Lincoln, Fago, Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, The D Las Vegas, Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers, Northville Lumber, Feiger Law, Meyer, Comerica.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Leading off, Cole Keith playing first base, followed by Gleyber Torres at second. Batting third, Kerry Carpenter, DH. Riley Green at left field, cleaning up. Wenzel Paris batting fifth at right field. Javier Baez batting sixth. He's a shortstop. And Zach McKinstry, third base, batting seventh. Parker Meadows in center field, batting eighth. And wrapping up the lineup, Jake Rogers behind the plate. For the Tampa Bay Rays, Yandy Diaz leading off. He's the DH. Brandon Lau batting second at second base. Junior Caminero at third base. Batting third, Jonathan Aranda, the first baseman, batting fourth. Christopher Morel following at the fifth spot. He's in left field. In right field, you have Josh Lowe batting sixth. Jose Caballero batting seventh in center field. Taylor Walls at shortstop batting eighth. And Denny Jansen, the catcher, batting ninth.
Our pitching matchup is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. For all the latest offers, go to Toyota.com. Ryan Pepio on the mound, making his 16th start of the year for the Tampa Bay Rays. Brant Herder expected to get the open for the Tigers today for the bulk guy, who will be Sawyer Gibson-Long, who's impressed, has been a little bit up and down through his first three starts. Remember, he's coming back from Tommy John surgery, and there's a lot to like about that right arm of Sawyer Gibson-Long. That brings us to our keys of the game, brought to you by Bell's Founders and Long Drink.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
To be in, the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out, kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
And even more humid.
14-8 loss to the Rays last night. Tigers come in at 48-29, still the best record in all of baseball. The Rays are playing some of the best baseball over the last month. After their 21-26 start, they're 21-8 with their win last night. And as we talked about last night, it's everything. The pitching has been outstanding. They're averaging better than 6 runs a game, and they're playing typical Rays good defense. Tigers and Rays, second of a 3-game weekend series here in Tampa. Outdoor baseball for the first time ever for the Rays outside of spring training. And the Tigers now get ready to face the 27-year-old native of Indianapolis, Indiana, Ryan Pepio.
You got to be ready for that fastball. He's going to throw the four-seamer, and you understand that he does have that changeup that has been devastating, but You have to hunt one or the other and not be in between. We're going to be watching that very closely with our left-handed hitters.
Cole Keith will lead off, Torres and Carpenter to follow. So, again, and this is what you'll see with AJ. Yes, this is a righty who's tougher on lefties. Is that going to take the Tigers' lefties out? No. 3 of the top 4 hitters are lefties. And that's what I think the Tigers have done so well the last few years under A.J. Hinch and Michael Bedard, learning approaches and game planning.
This is a great point, Dan, because yes, you see the numbers. He's been good against lefties, but that doesn't mean that you eliminate your lefties in your lineup. How about adjusting to the task at hand?
Cole Keith is in home runs in consecutive games. He's been on a roll for about a month now. First pitch, fastball, down and away, grabs the outside corner for a called strike, and we are underway here at George Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. Outdoor baseball with the Rays. The strike one, up and away. The slider away. The improved pitches, it looks like, for Pepio against lefties. He doesn't throw the cutter a lot, but he throws it a lot to lefties with the slider. Both of them are shutting down left-handed batters, both those 2 pitches. The 1-1, up and away. Changeup misses high and away. The numbers overall for Ryan Pepio, 4 and 6, but disregard the 1 loss. He just hasn't been getting the run support some others have. 3 ERA, 3.11 to be precise. 90 innings of work. 2-1 is down. Opponents have hit just 220, but noticeably hitting him for a little more power than they did last year, his first full year in the major leagues. 130 innings of work for Pepio last year for the Rays. The 3-1, swing and a miss, fastball up. That fastball, Carlos, has some ride. It's got 19 inches of vertical. Talk about the precise number because pitchers are always chasing 18, 19. That means hitters are going to swing underneath it like we just saw.
Yeah, it's almost as if you're a hitter, you have to try to swing and miss over the baseball. And that is hard to do.
The windup, the 3-2, swing and a pop-up foul and out of play. So he gets to that one, the one that he just swung underneath in the same part of the strike zone.
Think about it. You have to think, I'm going to swing 3 baseballs above. And that's the only way I'm going to really make contact because the ball rides. It just does not drop as others do.
First base side of the rubber, Pepio into his motion, 3-2, is swinging another foul out of play. This is another thing that we've enjoyed watching this year, Carlos. I know you haven't seen it as much, but just watching batters after an at-bat against a pitcher that most haven't seen, the conversations that go on the way back to the dugout, in the dugout. What is his fastball doing? What does it look like? Like you say, that simple advice. Okay, you got to get on top of it. 2 balls width, whatever it might be. Fly ball left field, hit on a line. But the left fielder Morel will backpedal a couple of steps and make the catch. Keith lines out. That's a good at-bat. 8 pitches, and he lines out to left field.
It's a good job right there. We're talking about staying on top of the baseball. What does that really mean? Right there, you are actually trying to swing and miss over the trajectory of the ball, and you're still underneath it, and you hit it in the air. That is crazy.
He made a nice adjustment in the at-bat. Fastball up and in, hits Gleyber Torres on the left elbow. He does have the elbow guard on, so it seems like it never actually hits where the elbow guard or shin guard is. It did this time. And Pepio motions in like, sorry about that. Gleyber Torres will trot down to first. That brings up Kerry Carpenter. This is the at-bat I'm really kind of looking forward to. Kerry's been struggling a little bit. Feels like he's not maybe on time like he normally is. He is vulnerable to high fastballs, but, man, he can make the adjustment. Fastball in for a called strike.
There's that four-seamer up and in. It has that rise effect as well. That's a great pitch to set up everything else.
Shortstop Walls is up the middle. He's terrific. The strike one. Swinging a tap foul. He is one of the top 2 or 3 shortstops in the game with making all kinds of plays. Rays turned the double play extremely well. Walls and Brandon Lau, the double play combination most days. Camanero's at third. He's deep and off the line, basically where the hole would normally be between short and third with the lefty at the plate. The outfield deep and straight up. The 0-2 swinging a high pop-up into shallow left field. Morel comes in toward the line, stops and makes the catch. Carpenter on an 0-2. Feels like he's got to feel like every at-bat right now is starting 0-2.
Yeah, that's exactly how it feels like. You want to come up for
And a lot of
air.
them are, but I mean, geez.
When you're not going well at the plate, then you just want to take a deep breath. And guess what? There's another game, and then another game. That's the difficulty of the season.
Up picks up Riley Green. First pitch grounded foul down the first base line. Man, oh man. You look up and there's Riley Green. 2 4 RBI games in the last 3. Third in the American League now in RBIs with 59. This guy named Judge, who was running away with it for a while. Well, now Cal Raleigh leads the American League with 63 RBIs. Judge at 61. Riley Green at 59. We are shy of the midway point by games played. 81 games, the midway point. We're in game 78, and Riley Green is having a year. Takes a pitch away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield shifts him the other way just slightly. Pepio's 1-1. Check swing, and he did not go on the appeal to third. Ramon De Jesus says it counts 2-1.
Right here, he's got him set up for a changeup, and he can throw it in the strike zone. But I have a feeling Riley Green understands that and may be sitting on it.
2-1. Slider at the belt. Riley steps back, kind of cocks his head. Maybe. That's not where he wanted it. And you really don't see that slider above the belt called the strike very often. Quinn Wolcott, the umpire today, 2-2. Changeup misses low and away. That's pretty good action away from a lefty. Riley's seeing the ball well right now.
It's a great take right there. 3-2 count, working a great at-bat.
3-2, 2 outs. First baseman Aranda will back up play behind Torres, who will be off with the pitch. Pepio sets the 3-2. Down the way. Another good at-bat. This has been a theme for the Tigers all season long, making starters work hard, throw a lot of pitches in the first, and it often, not always, but often, leads to shortened starts. Shane Baz had really good numbers going into last night's game in recent starts, and the Tigers got him out after 5 and scored 5. Green's home runs last night were on the cutter, on a changeup, and a slider. First pitch slider a little bit low to Wenzel Perez. What a year Wenzel Perez is having. Injured, of course, for a long time. Just came off the injured list, hitting .286 with really nice power numbers. The 1-0. Fastball outer third for a called strike.
He's a gamer, Dan. I mean, he goes out there between the lines and just really, you could tell that he's going to leave it all on the field.
The 1-1. High and tight. It's 95-96 on the fastball for Pepio. Walk rate is low at 2.5 per 9, just under a strikeout an inning. In his 90 innings of work coming in, 84 strikeouts. Averages 6 innings a start. Very consistent season. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. That's a slider. That almost looked like the cutter. I mean, that was sharp under the bat at the plate.
Yeah, definitely looks like the cutter. No hump on that pitch. Very short.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Torres at second, Green at first. Tigers trying to get the early jump on the Rays. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with a slider away on the back door at 90. Hit batter in the walk. Tigers make Pepio work in the heat, but strand 2. We're at the bottom of the first inning, second of a 3-game weekend series, Tigers and Rays, and we are
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
If you want a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on.
Pest problem? The Rose Home Service Program is the solution. Call the pros at Rose at 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
For every Tigers home run, Ashley, the official furniture and mattress provider of the Detroit Tigers, donates up to $500 to nonprofits supporting Michigan kids. Go Tigers!
Yandy Diaz facing Brant Herter, 26-year-old from Canton, Georgia. He is the opener today for Sawyer Gibson-Long. He takes strike one. Jake Rogers setting up and in. The strike one, swinging a soft fly ball to right field. And so Perez toward the corner makes the catch. One up and one down. Nicely done to get Yandy Diaz out to start the game. Man, he had a night last night. 3 for 5. He also got robbed of an extra base hit on a diving grab from Riley Green. So the Rays facing Brant Herter, and they have put 3 lefties in their lineup, plus a switch hitter, and it goes right, left, right, left, right, left through the first 6 batters. And so we're trying to figure, and trying to think along with A.J. Hinch, when does Sawyer Gibson-Long come in? You would think, well, it'll be a spot where he can get the matchup advantage. 2 of the first 3 batters. He will not get a pocket of 3. Kevin Cash is too smart for that. Brandon Lau takes a strike. Herter out there to try to neutralize the lefties who are so dangerous in this lineup. Sinker misses low and away. Sawyer Gibson-Long has early, and really going back to his 4 starts in September 2023, he has the platoon splits. Lefties have hit him better than righties. The 1-1. Up and in. Fastball missed big. Lau turns out of the way. We saw Herter the other day, but another fine season for Brant Herter.
Yes, he's working with a good arsenal of pitches right there, pitching inside. Very important. He got Diaz with an inside sinker as well.
2-1, swinging a foul out of play. That's a sweeper that's such a big weapon for him against lefties.
You get those swings. Why? Because of that previous pitch that was inside. You have to pitch inside to be effective, Dan.
Yeah, right from the start last night, we were watching that with Jack Flaherty, and he just never really did pitch in effectively until it was too late. The 2-2. Fastball low and away at 93. There's some funk in the delivery of Brant Herter. He can get righties and lefties out. Obviously tougher on lefties. Absolutely shut them down this year. He was good against them last year. Righties have had a bit of an edge against him so far in 2025. The 3-2. Ground ball foul. The swing and a miss. Ball goes by Jake Rogers. He'll throw to first. Wow, that was interesting. Swing and miss. I thought he'd gotten a piece of it, but he missed it completely apparently, and so did Jake Rogers, which you don't see.
Yeah, right here for Rogers, it was difficult to pick this pitch up. It almost seemed like he nicked it.
Didn't it look like a foul?
I mean, even the way that Rogers reacted, he didn't get crossed, and he missed the ball.
That was really strange. I mean, watching 2 different replays, it looked like the ball changed trajectory. And yet, like you said, catcher knows. Jake Rogers went after it. So, strikeout, pass ball. Very strange. That replay certainly didn't tricked our eyes. Swinging a foul straight back, fastball down. Junior Caminero at the plate. Boy, is this a good young player. Not in the game last night with Flaherty on the mound. In the lineup today, debuted a couple of years ago at age 19. That's when you know this kid's got a star potential.
He does not get cheated. Takes vicious hacks.
The 1-1. Sweeper on the back door for a called strike, hitting .262 overall. Debuted again 2 years ago at 19, then last year hit .250 and just over 150 at bats with some nice power numbers. Very aggressive hitter, but the power has jumped, and the upside is a guy who can hit for average, hit for power, and you would think as his career goes along, he'll be able to draw enough walks while trimming He's already trimmed the swing and miss, which is impressive for as hard as he swings. The 1-2. Swinging a high slicing foul down the right field line. Again, very cozy dimensions here. So we look at the outfielders, and they all look like they're playing deep, but this would be normal depth at Comerica Park. It looks like they're playing deep because the walls are so close. 314 down the right field line, 318 down the left field line. Herder sets, checks the runner Lau at first. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Got him with the sweeper away.
Good job right here, changing speeds. That sweeper right there, paired up with the fastball, it's inside. The speed differential is difficult to manage as a hitter. And right there, Caminero had no shot. He was way out in front of that sweeper.
First inning today brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Our first pitch today was brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. No score. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Swinging a line drive into right field. That's a base hit. Jonathan Aranda. That ball's going to get to the wall. Rounding second, heading to third. Lau will check in there. Aranda cruises into second. Came in hitting .328. We saw that beautiful left-handed swing in the game last night. And now the Rays are the threat. Second and third. It's been fly ball, strikeout, and now a double.
Yeah, Aranda's having a monster season. Should be heading to the All-Star game. Obviously, it's very difficult to get votes here in Tampa, typically. Got to look at Goldschmidt, perhaps, also being part of that. Torg also getting some votes for first base.
2 outs. It brings up Christopher Morel. First pitch, swing and a miss. Starting off with the fastball away, the sinker. The numbers for Brant Herder, who went 2 2/3 the last time he started for Sawyer Gibson Long. 2.30 ERA in his 39 innings of work coming in. Low walk rate at 2.5. Strikeout rate just below a strikeout an inning. The strike one. Sweeper can't quite reach the back door. Morel comes in hitting .225, just over 150 at-bats. There is a lot of swing and miss in this bat. Pretty aggressive hitter, right-handed batter, deep in that right-handed batter's box, knees slightly flexed. Extends the hands away from the right shoulder and then cocks the bat over the shoulder as the pitch comes in. Sweeper misses low. And now this becomes a big early pitch for Brant Herder. This is a righty who gets a lot of starts against lefties, but he cannot hit lefties. 180 this year, 140 last year. Changeup away. Brant Herder's got to find a way. Brant Herder's a good strike thrower. He's got to find a way to get back into the strike zone, back into this at-bat.
First base is open right here. Fastball, perhaps it's not the best pitch here. You know this guy is very aggressive at the plate. Morel will be swinging out of his shoes.
The 3-1, swinging a shot, foul. He did. He got a fastball in. He was on it. But it's rare to see a righty who is in the lineup against lefties most time. Just not. This is 170 at bats where he's hit 160.
Yeah, Morel's
against
very
lefties.
Erratic. Yeah, very erratic at the plate.
See if Herder can finish him off. Finish off this first inning. Pitch count about to hit 20. 3-2 away.
Now Herder right there just could not find the groove against Morel, and now bases are loaded. 3-2 count. I know there's a base open, but at the same time with 2 outs, he wanted to get some weak contact and do some weak contact and let Morel swing the bat.
Brings up Josh Lowe, left-handed batter. He's having some success against lefties this year. It's kind of up and down year to year, and whether he hits lefties or not. First pitch sweeper for a strike, but you're right. Part of the other part of the equation is how much more confidence Brant Herder with a lefty at the plate. Answer: very. He has shut down lefties this year at an even better clip than last year. The strike one, swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
And that sweeper is just absolutely nasty because it comes from right center field. That is the perspective of a left-handed hitter. The angle and how funky the delivery is, it makes it very difficult to pick up.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first. The 0-2, sweeper away. You could see Josh Lowe anticipating that pitch. Found it easy to lay off. Ball out of hand.
I would just sit sweeper all day long against Herter. I mean, it's absolutely nasty.
You would think he gets another right here. Rogers setting up away. The 1-2. Fastball away. Jake gave him a chance to get the call, but that was outside. Quinn Wolcott, our home plate umpire. He's the crew chief. Edwin Jimenez is at first. Paul Clemens at second. Ramon De Jesus, today's third base umpire. He had a good night behind the plate last night. The 2-2. Sinker low and away. Base is loaded. No place to put him. This is probably the last hitter of the game, you would think, for Brant Herter. He's thrown a lot of pitches here in the first, trying to get out of this inning. Last batter, if he can get him out. 3-2, runners go. Swing and a foul. Sweeper was on the front door. Not where you want it, but it's one of the most unhittable pitches. That mistake pitch. The slider that backs up on a pitcher, righty or lefty.
Yes, it's just doesn't go where you're expected to go. Right there, kind of crowded. Low.
3-2, 2 outs. Runners will be off again. The 3-2, low and away. Walked him. Back-to-back walks and a run for the Rays. Saw enough of that last night. Again, we don't see the bullpens here. Chris Fetter on his way out. One thing the Tigers want to avoid, and did the last time Herter opened for Gibson Long, is bringing Sawyer Gibson Long in with men on base. They want him to get the clean inning. So part of the message is that this is your inning. You would think for Brant Herter, Tigers don't want to get somebody else up just to finish this inning.
Yeah, low in the plate. Lefty versus lefty. Feels confident against lefties. Just could not get the job done right there. So that's the conversation. It's like, this is your inning. We want you to finish it. Right now, this matchup with the right-handed batter, not ideal, but he's got to get it done.
Jose Caballero steps to the plate. Hit righties, lefties the same last year. Noticeable improvements against lefties, hitting them for higher average and more power. Half of his 14 hits have been for extra bases. Right-handed batter waiting. First pitch. Down and in. Brant Herter is a strike thrower. It's premium level strike throwing. Almost 70% first pitch and total strikes. And you felt really good about his chance of getting out of this inning, but now back-to-back walks, and the Rays have the 1-0 lead. The 1-0. Wow. Way inside, and he hit him. Tigers think he swung. He did get hit, but the Tigers feel like he may have swung, and they wanted to review, but they are not going to review. It did hit him on the toe, and he did not swing. We can't review the swing anyway. Hit batter makes it 2-0. Wow, what an inning.
Yeah, this is not typical right here. We're talking about Herter being a strike thrower. Clearly does not have it. Maybe something in his mechanics is not clicking.
Fastball misses in. I keep thinking about that pass ball for Jake Rogers. That's not Jake Rogers. A swing and miss third strike that looked like a foul, but it went right by his glove. And that started this rally. 1-0, shot up the middle into center field, the base hit, and the Rays are going to take a 4-0 lead here in the first. Rellin low in, ground ball single for Walls into center. 4-0 Rays, same thing they did to the Tigers in the game yesterday, a 4-run first. Usual command issues for Brant Herter, and his day comes to an end. A.J. Hinch on his way to the mound. While the Tigers make the change, down 4-0 in the first. We'll pause to these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, we live by the golden rule. Treat everyone who calls like they're someone's friend, family, or loved one. When you call, we listen. We get started on your case. And we're Michigan's only firm to offer the no-fee guarantee.
Today's game brought to you in part by Meyer, an official partner of the Detroit Tigers. Also by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, ready to help. 4-run first for the second straight day for the Rays. Tigers have not found a way to slow down this hot Rays offense. Danny Jansen, a power threat at the plate. Sawyer Gibson-Long takes over on the mound. First pitch down and away. Walls takes off and walks into second uncontested for his 9th steal of the year. The 1-0. Slider backs up off the plate and inside. Pitching change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. 4th appearance of the year for Sawyer Gibson-Long. Just 11 innings. 11 1/3 to be precise. He is a strike thrower when he's at his best. Coming off an outing where the command was just off a little bit. Jansen swings and pops it up into shallow right field. Perez comes in a couple of steps, makes the catch. And Sawyer Gibson-Long gets that final out of the first inning. The inning should have been over after.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. And toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green. You are an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
I got the 11 years later, I got the best seat.
Take a second for the right team at Carmanis.org/second opinion or call 1-800-CARMANIS.
Ready to replace your old windows and doors? You'll always hit a grand slam with Pella Detroit. Call Pella Detroit at 248-292-5000 for a free consultation today.
The Tigers have some work to do, down 4-0 for the second straight day here in Tampa. First pitch, fastball low and away. Baez, McKinstry, Meadows here in the second inning. Second inning brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. Try the new Tigers Instant Game. Pull tab 2 online games. First base side of the rubber. Pepio into his motion. Fastball low and outside. Well, we saw it last night. We saw it 2 days ago against Paul Skeens. Tigers can put together the at-bats. This is a good pitcher on the mound who's had a very successful season and very consistent, but the Tigers can push pitch counts up, make a pitcher work, get him out early. We've seen it with Skeens. We saw it with Shane Baz yesterday. Fastball perfect away to Javi Baez.
It's a good take right there. You understand that it was a long inning. 2-0 count. Take a strike.
2-1. Slider backs up and off the plate. Baez jumps out of the way, hitting .294. Still low walks, high strikeouts, but better contact, more takes, not chasing as much, even if it's not reflected in the walks and strikeouts. It's just a completely better, much better hitter. Swinging a fly ball right field, back now in. Lowe makes the catch. On a 3-1, Javi can't find the fastball or do much damage on the fastball.
A little late on that swing right there. Gets jammed and then flew out to right field. We talked about that ride. Sometimes you tend to gauge it slower than it truly is. It gets on you.
Zach McKinstry hits a ground ball softly to second. The other low. This one's Brandon Lau. Fields and flips it over to Aranda at first. Josh Lowe is in right field. He is very good. Brandon Lau is solid at second base. Walls is outstanding at short, as we mentioned. Well, it's time for Dollars on Deck. We're back.
unfortunately, just perfectly placed for the Rays. So he's done his job inducing, very weak ground ball there, and then another weak line drive to left field, but unfortunate.
That's why we talk about the need for swing and miss. So Gibson Long, a lot of that in his 4 starts in 2023. And we saw plenty in his first 2 outings. Soft ground ball to third. McKinstry will charge, field on the grass, throw on the run. Nice play. Junior Caminero grounds out, acts like a bunt, advances Brandon out to second base for Jonathan Aranda.
Very nice play by McKinstry right there. I mean, we're watching it from above. We got a perfect angle, super athletic, graceful, all-in-one move, perfect throw to first base.
So again, as you look at each outing, you can see the good and then maybe a little step back in each outing for Sawyer Gibson Long. First outing went 3 2/3, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits against the White Sox. Terrific first time through the order. Ground ball jam job to first. Torkelson will field, make the play unassisted, or Keith does. Tags the bag with his right foot. Jonathan Aranda, really good hitter, bounces out. Man at third, 2 outs. Second trip through the order. Sawyer Gibson Long struggled against the White Sox, so that's his first outing since 2023. Next time out, again with an opener. He went 4 2/3, 1 run on 3 hits at Baltimore. 51 pitches, 40 strikes, 9 swings and misses, all good numbers across the board. And then the last time out, 3 innings of work, just didn't look sharp. Had an opener. A.J. Hint ended up using somebody for him after 3 innings. Fly ball to right field, softly hit. Final 3 batters see 3 pitches. Christopher Morel with a fly ball to right. Rays add a run, the double single combination for them. We played 2 innings. They've got a 5-0.
That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
Down 5-0 as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. 3rd inning is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. It's a replay brought to you every game by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. The 1-2. Got him. That's a perfect pitch on the black, 97.
And that's a pitch that Torres is willing to take every single day. And sometimes it doesn't go your way, but instead of expanding his zone, he takes it. And he knows that in the long run, all those quality at bats that he's been having is precisely because of that.
44 pitches through the first 2 innings for Pepio. Kerry Carpenter takes a pitch in, averages 6 innings a start, and to get a really consistent season with 1-0. Fastball strike at the knees. Second full season in a major league rotation for the Rays. He's given up 3 earned runs. You talk about consistency. 3 earned runs or fewer in 14 of 15. Carpenter fly ball right field. This one's deep. This one's got a chance, and that ball is off the wall. Wow, right fielder Josh Lowe gave up on that ball right away. Kerry Carpenter doubles off the right field wall, but you watched Lowe. He thought it was out. It's a 1-out double for Kerry Carpenter.
This is a good sign right here. He was able to get to that fastball. And check this out. It was up in the zone, and this is what we were talking about. You need to be above the baseball, but you're absolutely right. Lau thought that ball was gone. He could have had an opportunity at catching it.
That was really odd. That's a good right fielder. And when he started the courtesy jog, you're like, well, that's out. No. Riley Green takes first pitch, strike 1. 4 RBIs yesterday, 4 RBIs 3 games ago. The strike 1. Perfect changeup. Can't do anything with that pitch.
It's a good take right there by Riley Green. Even if it's a strike, you let it go. That's not what you want.
Pepio coming off an 8-inning start his last time out, and the last 5 have been really strong for Pepio. The 0-2 changeup away. Last 5 starts for Pepe has given up just 6 runs on 17 hits and 33 innings of work with 37 strikeouts.
That take right there was a perfect example. Another changeup similar, but off the plate. He goes out and takes it. That's a good approach.
1-2, swing and a miss. He worked up with the fastball. Riley's done a pretty good job laying off that pitch, but he is vulnerable to it. And that's a really tough one to get on top of. Carpenter did, and Riley could not find 97, but that was, again, well above the strike zone.
Well, right there it tells you what he's looking for, right? He is ready for the elevated fastball, and your chases then are going to be up. And you got to be okay with that.
Wenzel Perez swings at a fastball at the belt and misses. Strike 1.
You see a lot of guys then chase balls down and away in the zone. You saw how he was able to take those changeups low and away. Well, because he's got his sights up in the zone.
The strike 1. Fastball up and away to Wenzel Perez.
Sometimes we don't like to hear that. You're like, well, I chased out of the zone up. Well, I chased away in the zone, down. Hey, you're going to be chasing wherever you're looking at.
The 1-1. Perfect. Backdoor cutter for a called strike 2. Mixing his pitches really well. The veteran Danny Jansen behind the plate today. Carpenter with a 1-out double. He's at second with 2 outs. It's the 2 best teams hitting with runners in scoring position in the American League. The 1-2. Swinging a foul out of play. Well back third base side. Perez struck out first time up. Every inning, the Tigers have put a little pressure on Pepio. They are pushing the pitch count up. It's at 60 here in the third. Outfield plays Wenzel Perez straight up. He has been very good with power from both sides so far. The 1-2. Swinging another foul out of play. 98 down. But up or down in the strike zone, that ball either when it's down doesn't sink as much as you think it's going to, and when it's up, it doesn't sink as much as you think, and you swing under it.
We got to remember that as hitters, we're connecting dots up there.
The 1-2 again. Soft ground ball, foul.
Think about this,
the Rays
Dan.
dugout on the first base side.
When I say we're connecting dots, it's because we don't swing at the baseball. We swing to the spot where we think the baseball is going to end up. Hitting is hard.
Well, the more numbers that you see from StatCast, you realize every pitch is moving, and some move a whole lot more than others. The 1-2. Fastball down. That's a cutter. That's a hard cutter at 94 for Pepio. Yeah, you're swinging to where you think that ball is going, and they're all moving. There's no such thing as a straight fastball.
Absolutely.
Perez wetting out a 2-2, long at bat. Swing and a pop-up, foul, and safely into the seats for Wenzel. He'll see at least 9 pitches in this trip to the plate.
It's like, Dan, when you think about the cutter, what do you do with a cutter? There's nothing that tells you it is a cutter. There's no hump. There's no change in plane. You can't see a
how
dot.
do you read that? It's 4 or 5 miles an hour, and it's going to do something different than the four-seam fastball.
You got to guess.
Pepio, first base out of the rubber, sets 2-2. A swing and a little tap foul right at the plate on the cutter.
So basically, there's a cutter right there. So basically, you see the baseball, and you guess that it's a cutter, and you say, I'm going to swing here because it should break. That is crazy. That's what big league hitters have to deal with when they go up to the plate.
Danny Jansen wants to go out and talk over. You don't see this very often during an at-bat, but this is approaching 10 pitches. The next pitch will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Veteran catcher wanted to go out and not just pitch calm his way to the next pitch, but talk about the next pitch.
Wenzel really putting on a battle here.
Single-handedly pushing that pitch count into the mid-60s. Tigers trying to get on the board. They trail 5-0. We're in the third. Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or Pizza Portal pickup. 2-2. Swing and another foul. 10 pitches.
And then Wenzel was there timing-wise, but you keep on saying, Dan, that ride, he's underneath it.
At bat started 1-2. Pitch number 7 was ball 2. Now 3 more fouls. Perez asks and gets time, wiping some of the sweat from his brow as he takes the batting helmet off. It is a warm, humid day. Those in the seats very happy that there are enough clouds around to block a blazing midday sun. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Wow. He broke out a curveball. Not fair. Perez strikes out in an 11-pitch battle. 3 more strikeouts for Pepio. He has 4 through 3. He stranded runners in scoring position every inning. We go to the bottom of the third. 5-0 Rays.
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
At your local grocery store and pick up a pack of Carbless to enjoy at home during every pitch. Carbless, handcrafted premium ready-to-drink cocktails. Less is more.
Better access means better care. McLaren provides the care you need when you need it. Stay in the game with quality care at McLaren.org.
Away to Josh Lowe. 6, 7, 8 hitters. Lowe, Caballero, and Walls. Lefty-righty switch hitter here in the third. 5-0 Rays. Dan Dickerson, Carlos Pena, glad to have you along for it. Second game of this 3-game set. Long, and now he's getting all the contact on the ground. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. First pitch changed up high and away. Taylor Walls at the plate, switch hitter batting lefty. Not really much of a threat from either side of the plate. He is here for one reason, his glove. And it's right now arguably the best in the game at short, the 1-0. Cutter misses. Got squeezed a little bit there, and that's right on the black into the lefty in this at-bat. Taylor Walls. Struggles more from the left side than the right, the 2-0. Cutter on the back door gets a called strike, hitting .218 overall. He can work in at bat, draw a walk to get on base. Doesn't strike out a lot. So he does provide a few things on the offensive side, but again, it's the glove that shines for Taylor Walls. The 2-1, check swing, did he go? Appeal to third. Ramon De Jesus says he did not, it's 3-1. Again, Wall's going to make you throw him a strike here. Upright, relaxed stance from the left side. Extends the hands away from the left shoulder and then cocks the bat over it. The 3-1. Swinging a foul to the screen. Forcing fastball. Actually runs away from the lefty. McKinstry was in tight. He'll back up. Basically play where this hole would normally be between short and third with Baez up the middle at short. And the outfield plays in this at-bat the lefty to go the opposite way just slightly. Everybody shifts toward left field a little bit, and they come in because there is no power in this bat. Gibson long works first base side of the rubber, stands at a slight angle to home plate. It's a turn and step back with the left foot, slides the right foot to the right side of the rubber, and then goes into his motion. Line drive to right field, that's deep, and that ball is caught by Wenzel Perez. Running to the wall, a little leap, gently bumps into the wall and hangs on. Wenzel Perez has made some plays in the outfield. That is a fine defensive play for Wenzel Perez. Got a good jump, hauled it in. We played 3, 5-0 Rays. Second of a 3-game weekend series between the...
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yeah.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Baez leads off fourth inning, takes a fastball 95 away, strike one. McKinstry, Meadows to follow. Baez hit a fly ball to right off a fastball first time up against Ryan Pepio. First, the strike one, swing and miss, slider. Really, the slider cutter looked very similar. Slider has a little more horizontal break, vertical, horizontal shape to it. But both have been very effective against righties and lefties. He throws both more to lefties. The 0-2. Curveball, and it nicked him. That's a break.
It's a very good job by Javi Baez. Let's just say he did not get out of the way. Almost leaning into it.
That was really good form there.
Very good. That was a great technique.
Looked like you're getting out of the way, and then just dropped that elbow perfectly. Raising their home whites today. Quite a contrast to what we saw last night. Swing and a miss, fastball at the belt. They're breaking out the throwback uniforms, the Devil Rays. That's what they were for a long time. It just so happens when they dropped the devil from their name, that's when they took off. Coincidence.
Right? Amazing.
Up and away, 1-1 the count on Zach McKinstry. That was in 2008. They originally planned to be the Stingrays, swinging a foul out of play. And the thing that I find amazing, they found out late in the process after this is when they were an expansion team. A miss, went to the cutter, and Zach McKinstry strikes out. He has used that pitch sparingly today. He doesn't throw it a ton, but he does throw it a fair amount to lefties. Not today. Now, second time through the order, he started to break it out. And it's a really good pitch.
Right there, he understood that he needed the strikeout, went with the cutter and gets it. McKinstry late on it, couldn't get the head out.
Last four outs have all been on strikeouts for Pepio. Slider on the back door at 91. Gets the called strike to Parker Meadows. He walked his first time up. Pitch count was high, 67 through 3 for Pepio. The strike one. Swinging line drive, base hit. Flare over shortstop, drops into left field. Javi Baez around second. Heading to third, up with the ball, Morel. His throw way off line, and that gets Parker Meadows down to second base. It's what the Tigers do, and Javi Baez dekes Morel, a left fielder. As his head went down to go after the ball, that's when Javi kicked it into gear, and you could tell that caught Morel by surprise.
Looking at the best base running team in all of Major League Baseball, right there, Meadows stays through the baseball with the changeup, able to line it to left field, and Javi does not miss a beat. He immediately read how Morel played that ball and took off. And how about Meadows continuing to second base on the throw?
That's what the Tigers have done such a great job. When that runner goes first to third, in this case, Deke, the outfielder, to draw the throw, that guy, the batter runner, never hesitates to take the extra 90 feet. We see it again and again and again. Kyle Snyder out to have a conference at the mound with Pepio. The entire infield will join the conversation. Tigers have runners at second and third with one out for Jake Rogers. Trying to get back in this game down 5-0. We're in the fourth inning, brought to you by Wellside Windows. Local and family owned, celebrating 81 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Injury report is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Reese Olson making his way back. So is Matt Vierling, who is on assignment in St. Paul on his rehab assignment with Toledo this weekend. Big opportunity for the Tigers. Ground ball up the middle. That'll be fielded by the sure-handed Walls. He throws to first to get Jake Rogers. Into score comes Javi Baez. Middle of the infield back, Jake Rogers. Just the ground ball up the middle to get a run home. Always important to just get on the board, but now the Tigers really need to add another run. Meadows holds at second.
Meadows had to hold because that ball was hit to his right. But Rogers doing a good job putting the ball in play and bringing in a run.
Yeah, against a lot of shortstops, you might head over to third on a soft ground ball up the middle because it would have ended up behind him. Like you said, it was to his right, but then that shortstop is no ordinary shortstop. Walls might have turned and thrown him out at third. Strike one to Cole Keith. Holding a runner, came off, jumped up, and took a hit away from Keith. Tigers on the board, trailing 5-1. The 0-2 swinging a little soft tap foul goes into the dugout. Rays dugout, first base side.
See that cutter at 93 miles per hour, maybe 3 or 4 miles per hour less than the fastball. However, it's cutting into lefties, and lefties, in order to get to ideal contact, have to hit it out in front. Difficult to do.
The 0-2 again. Change up away. If nothing else, the Tigers have definitely shortened the day for Pepio with a pitch count over 80 here in the fourth. But man, another base runner extended a little more into the 90s. He could be out before 5 innings are done. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Still got 97 in the back pocket. 97 riding. Keith strikes out. 5 of the last 6 outs, the last 2 innings have been on.
Think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible holy grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also
Dylan Dingler announced as a pinch hitter for Parker Meadows, and that's when Kevin Cash came out and made the change on the mound. Kevin Kelly will make his 14th appearance of the year. Right-hander on the mound to face the righty Dylan Dingler. Only 1 out, 2 in scoring position. Base hit to make it an 8-4 game would certainly change the look and feel. We say it all the time, but it's absolutely true. Get it back to 4 runs, the whole different feel on the bench.
Absolutely. You know, you got the opportunity right here with 2 runners in scoring position to deliver.
The strike 1. Swing and a miss. Sinker down and in.
Kelly's got that delivery that it's conducive to swing and misses over the top with a 2-seamer.
The 0-2. Sinker down and in. And somehow Dylan Dingler took that pitch. Well, he just seen the sinker in the same spot. Another guy gets way out there with his delivery. Good extension. The 1-2. Sweeping breaking ball away. It's sinker, sweeping slider with the occasional cutter and 4-seam fastball. Infield back. The 2-2. Swing a line drive, right field. Right too low. Baez will tag and score. Throw goes to second base. Jones gets back. That's a good swing for Dylan Dingler. It's a line out, sacrifice fly to make it an 8-3 game.
That was a rocket to right field on a tough pitch. That 2-seamer, it's really bearing into righties, and Dingler just serves it the other way. Stays inside the baseball, gets the job done.
Kelly is side armor. Big piece in the bullpen the last 2 years for the Tampa Bay Rays. Injury shortened season this year, only 13 innings of work, but you look at the last 2 years, this has been a guy that Kevin Cash has leaned on. Cutter up and in. Trey Sweeney at the plate. 13 innings, just 11 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks and 9 strikeouts. He's going to be in the strike zone.